You're worth it. You deserve it. You deserve to be treated as a guest of honor. The Meant for More live show with your hosts Amy Schmidt and Kristen Coffield. Let's get this party started. Hello, my friend.
Hello. It's so good to be here. Oh, I love that.
You rock. You rock. Isn't this awesome?
I love that.
Wednesday, it's here again.
It's my favorite day of the week because I get to see you and we get to have these fun conversations and meet some fun guests and talk about our favorite things.
I know. It's kind of like, did you see that Oprah teased up her favorite things this week?
I didn't. What were they?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I recorded it. So if anybody watching, please give us a little heads up here on what some of her favorites. I always loved her magazine and I would read the favorite things and always go through them and sometimes even order one or two because they were really cool and special.
Well, I always like Oprah. I know she's not everybody's cup of tea. I find her very accessible. I find her very brilliant. And I love, her just sort of the way she travels through life. She's a seeker of knowledge.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm an admirer. I've always been an admirer. Well, welcome everybody to the Meant for More live show. Are you drinking wine over there? I'm actually doing tea.
I'm having Hello water.
Oh, yeah. I ordered some of the alkaline water. It's amazing. I had not done their alkaline water. If you didn't watch the show last week, we had Tom Bushke on from Hello Water and great guy. I really enjoyed that.
Well, we don't have a lot of guys on the show, so it was kind of fun.
True. Exactly.
And we did ask him so everybody should go back and watch because we kind of put him on the spot a little bit.
Oh, we did. We did. He was such a good sport. So, well, we're going to be quick tonight. I think we're a 30-minute show tonight. And what's really exciting about this format and what Kristen and I love is the fact that you get to be a part of it. So please share where you're watching and give us a little shout out. Tell us your name, introduce yourself, where you're watching. And we're just excited that you're here tonight. We have great value. And, it's funny because I think such an important part of what we do is, kind of sharing our story of why we're doing what we're doing. A lot of people say, what's the story behind the brand? So I thought we would do a little of that tonight.
I think that's a really good idea because as much fun as we have, we know each other's stories, but everybody else doesn't, and they don't know who we are and how we came together. I think sharing that is a good idea. And you have, Amy, you are so amazing. We found each other through
Electra Health.
Through Electra Health. Mm-hmm. We had both been invited to do some programs for Electra Health. And then you reached out to me and I immediately Googled you and I was like, wow, this woman, I love her. I was so
nothing bad came up. I always wonder when you Google somebody.
Right. What comes up? So Amy, Fearlessly Facing 50, an incredible book, an incredible podcast. You were like a woman. I was like, I need to know this woman. And I felt an immediate connection with you. So why don't you tell a little bit about your story and your brand?
Thank you. And I so appreciate that. That actually gave me goosebumps. What's so funny about that, just going back before I just share my story, is the fact that when I picked up the phone and called you, which is kind of odd. I don't know how. I know how I had your number, actually. So this is a little creepy. This is the Nancy Drew in me, but I think Electra Health might have shared it because they know I'm on the up and up. When you Google me, you don't get like crazy stuff. And I remember, and then we talked on the phone and it was like an immediate, wow. And you know what? I've admired what you do and your story. And what I really value is your thoughtfulness around what you do because you really care. So we'll learn more about Kristen in a minute, but I did want to share that because it was a phone call, which sometimes isn't typical. Usually it's an email or it's a text or whatever.
And it was almost a year ago.
Yeah, it was almost a year ago.
It was in November.
Wow, that's crazy. So thank you for asking me about my brand. I was a reporter. I mean, journalism was my thing. I've always been a storyteller. I've always been a writer, and I've always loved the power of connection. So I think, I talk a lot about the fact that our history and really sitting down and making an inventory of what you've done in your life really is that it forces you to, kind of your trajectory in that way. You look at the skills and what you've done. So I always had those skills. But, I married a college sweetheart about a year after graduating from college. And he started on this leadership path. And, I was very much supportive of that. And we ended up moving 11 times. I took on the role of what I call trailing spouse. And I loved it. And I always challenged myself wherever we lived. And we lived all over. We never lived, I'm Milwaukee born and raised, never lived there. Always lived in other parts of the country. And we got to experience Germany for 6 years. Had 3 children, have 3 children. Now they're grown, taller than me. And just, 2 are, flown and 1 almost ready to go. And it was really on the eve of my 50th year that I started to really think about, what am I going to do? Because I knew there was so much more there. And I knew I had been on boards and I had run, like you, Kristen, what did we not volunteer for? Lori Gelman would say the same thing. We're school volunteers, PTA, booster club, community boards, everything. And I loved that. And it filled me, but there was something missing. And for me, it was a day when all of a sudden I remember, sitting there in an empty house. I'd lost my parents. It was a time in my life that was challenging, moving back to the United States after being away. And I thought, I'm going to challenge myself. And I think the biggest thing for me was the fact that, it's why I do what I do, is so many women talk about these same things we experience. So many commonalities that we experience, whether it's health or relationship or anything. And I really felt like it was my gift to take action around that and inspire women to action. So that's how I started everything. I recorded a podcast. I never even knew what a podcast was. I remember I had Zibby Owens on the show, and she was talking about the fact she had no idea what a podcast was. And the amazing thing is, we're never too old to learn something new. So did that, wrote a book, and I'm a keynote speaker. I love to inspire people. And that's really, that's my story. And
wait, excuse me. You just glossed over keynote speaker. You are a TEDx speaker.
I am. Thank you. And about to take the stage again. Actually, the Cape May one was postponed in person this year because of the pandemic. But I will be talking about ageism, and that's really what I love to do. I don't know. It comes very natural for me, and I feel like it's very fulfilling. So that's kind of where I am. And I'd love you to share about you, and then we'll kind of talk how we came together.
That sounds great. And for those of you who have not listened to Amy's TEDx talk, it is delightful. And I've listened to it multiple times and read Amy's book, Fearlessly Facing 50, Cannonball.
Yep. And Fearlessly Facing 50 podcast. I know Kristen listens. Yep. Thank you.
So I am Kristen Coffield. I am the founder of The Culinary Cure. I consider myself the eating expert. So I take kind of a unique approach to looking at food and the role it plays in our lives, because my trajectory is kind of interesting. And I think my story is a little bit of every woman's story. I married a great guy, somebody I had known for years. We got married, lived in a nice community. Our kids went to good schools. I was on every board and chaired every volunteer activity you could chair in our town. Our kids, were doing great, and our life got complicated. And my mom's breast cancer came back. Actually, today is her birthday. She would be 89. My mom's breast cancer came back. My dad was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. We found ourselves in some challenging financial situations, which put a lot of stress on our marriage. Some things happened with our kids that were challenging. I was diagnosed, you can see my little scar, with thyroid cancer, and then my dog died. And this all happened over a 10-year period. And for so many women, this decline, it happens slowly. Your world's really big and it starts to get smaller and smaller because it takes all your energy to get through each day.
Yeah.
So food had always been my medium. I had a catering company and I catered congressional fundraisers in Washington, D.C. I was always that girl. If you're sick, if you have a baby, if there's a death in your family, I am the first person at your door with a meal.
Yeah.
And when I was at my lowest point, there was nowhere to go but down. I'm like holding onto the rope. The rope was long. There's no more rope. And there's really nowhere to go but down. And I turned to food because it was the only thing I felt I had control over in my life. And so I focused on food and I changed my habits so that everything I was eating would serve me. It would give me energy. It would help me sleep. Not that I was sleeping. I really wasn't sleeping.
Right.
It would help me sleep. It would dial down my stress. It would support my wellness. And that changed everything. I started going to the gym early in the morning because I wasn't sleeping. The gym creates, more feel-good hormones. And one bite at a time, I took back my life. And I went from being a woman in her 50s who was really scared about what the future would look like to being a woman now in her 60s who has passion and purpose and partnership. And I am excited about what I'm doing. And I am excited to partner with you, Amy, and to share with women all the possibilities that life can have in this second.
That's so true. Oh, I love that. Limitless possibilities. It's what it's about. And, we talk about the fact that unexpected treasures come up in the middle of our journeys, and I think all of a sudden there's this point in our lives where, maybe it was the play group moms that we hung out with, or the school line, we're waiting in school lines to pick up our kids because we shared those commonalities. But there's this shift at a certain age in women that they become so wise, and all of a sudden they realize where they're getting value from people and they're projecting value to others. And we just, I don't know. I love everything we're doing right now. And we really wanted to take this time tonight because we've got so many exciting things happening. And Kristen and I both are the type of person that we see it, we know where it's going and we're so excited. And we just wanted to share with you our excitement and why we feel it's so important to not only share our stories, but also just our passion about what we do and why we take this time and feel like the time you're spending with us, when you see us live or when you participate in an in-person event or a webinar, that we're adding value to you. And that's what we wanted to do. So thank you for sharing that. I love your story.
Oh, thank you. And, I've had sort of this little epiphany that we are doing this to share with other women, and other women, not just in our second half of life phase,
right,
but other women like our daughters and these younger women who are up and coming and are looking for role models. They are information hungry. They want to know how we're navigating the challenges ahead. And a lot of what we discuss here is the kind of information we would have loved to have had as younger women.
I agree 100%. And we have lots of things coming up. So, every week we talk about the importance of going to meantformoreevents.com. That's being built out as we speak. And you can go there and sign up. And we have wonderful Chrissy Souders back there. That's our producer for the show. And she puts up all the graphics. Thank you, Chrissy. You can go there and sign up as a VIP. You'll be notified when all of these things happen. We've got some really, really exciting things coming up. I know we have a graphic for an event. We talk about love it or hate it, and that's going to be a trend that you'll see because we're going to have it every week on the show. We talked about QR codes, but one we were really talking about was golf, and we've had really overwhelming response about this.
Okay, and I just have to say, my husband plays golf, but he's not a golfer. I am so excited about this. I've kind of come full circle. We're looking for 20 women who would like
20.
to join me and Amy on a women's golf 2-night, 3-day event.
Yep.
You will get golf lessons. You will have spa treatments. And Amy and I will be hosting some educational components about how to actively age and build your confidence.
Yeah. I mean, you can't beat it. It's going to be courses that are like PGA off the charts, supposedly, because, I'm not a big golfer, but I do know that these are like ones you want to go to and
world class golf courses and instruction.
Yes. And whether you know how to golf or you don't know how to golf, you've never swung a club, or you want to fine tune some of the things with your swing, your short game, your long game, I'm kind of getting into it. We can get some cute outfits. I mean, that's always a bonus. There'll probably be some good sales for summer things. We can all, wear some cute outfits and just have a good time, but come as you are. It's not about anything like that. It's about coming as you are and being really filled with, a new experience. And I think Meant for More is really, Kristen said it best. You said a micro event. And I like that. Is that kind of you always have these new terms. Is that kind of a new cool term?
Well, Meant for More started as a women's retreat where it was a women's experience, and we had to pivot, as we've talked in our previous shows. And something good comes out of everything. So we're really excited about this micro event that's going to incorporate the best of what we were going to have in our big event, but in a much more intimate way. And the networking will be extraordinary. Plus, we're just going to have a lot of fun. And everybody can get away for, 2 nights and 3 days.
2 nights, 3 days. And some spa treatments. I mean, so if we get a little kink in our back from our swing, we can get that all worked out. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and we are limiting it to 20. We're just going to limit it to 20 so everybody feels comfortable and leaves on fire.
Absolutely.
So meantformoreevents.com, we can go there and you can go ahead and sign up for the VIP list and you will be notified. So there'll be details. I don't exactly know what day signups are going, but they're going to be going up very soon. So stay tuned for that. We're going to start out a little bit tonight with a confidence segment, which is like my very favorite thing to talk about. I always say, are you born that way? Or is it something that happens over time? I ask a lot of my guests on the podcast. I host a podcast called Fearlessly Facing 50. It's really interesting because most people will say that they were never confident. Joan London, for example, I asked her that question and she said, Amy, when I would go out on, Good Morning America, I was always feeling not so confident. I was so worried somebody would pull the rug out from underneath me because they thought I was too young. And to hear somebody like that, what an icon and what an inspiration. She's one of my favorite people. To say she didn't know if she had the confidence, and some days you just aren't as confident as others. But I thought that was really interesting. I think that confidence is something that ebbs and flows over our lives. I think, I talk about this whole, Chris, if you have that graphic, I'd like to get Kristen's feedback on this too, because I put up 3 tips. Things we like to do every week, I have to put my glasses on to see this, is really provide you with action items so that you can leave and say, okay, I'm going to try that. Not that confidence is something that's going to come overnight, but we all have confidence. And once we peel back those layers to really find it again, it's just, that's where the magic happens. And, we talk a lot, Kristen and I talk about this a lot, the fact that we undervalue ourselves as women, or the second thing, we make ourselves out to be less significant than we are. And what does that do to our confidence? Plummets, right? So, one of the things I'm going to quiz you on this, Kristen. I always say one of the things to do is to set aside some time, grab yourself a cup of tea, whatever it is, get yourself a You Rock mug and look at it because everybody rocks, and write down an inventory of your achievements. Do you do that, Kristen?
Not enough.
Oh, I would love to write one with you.
I have done some affirmations, which I find really helpful. And for those of you who haven't signed up yet to be a VIP at meantformoreevents.com, you will actually get Amy's guide to writing affirmations and my guide to a powerful morning routine. But incorporating those affirmations into that first hour of your day is so powerful because we've got to have positive self-talk.
Yes. Oh, we do. What did Muhammad Ali say? I'm the greatest of all time. Before he even was. He had to say that or no one would believe him. And he wouldn't believe it himself. So that's so true. And I really think, oh, Kristen, we're going to do this together. And Karen too. We're going to make an inventory of our achievements. And write them down. And so I'm going to challenge everybody listening or watching tonight to write down the inventory of your achievements and every achievement. No achievement, it doesn't have to be the grandiose achievement of writing a book or doing something like that. Think about those committees that you led or that time you stepped out of your comfort zone and achieved something. You know, we minimize those things. We think they're not important, and they are all such a part of our life and our makeup. So make an inventory. So Kristen, we're going to challenge our viewers to do that. And if you're willing to share some with us, please do. You know, you can send us an email. You can go to meantformoreevents.com and you can sign up there. And we'll continue to post this in our Facebook group, which is also called the Meant for More Network. You can go there and we're going to quiz you on this because I think it's so important. It's not boastful. It's not braggy. It's just building confidence. And that's so important.
And as women, and as me, as a mother, but you know, everybody is a daughter or perhaps an aunt or a parent. We do this for our kids, but we often don't do it for ourselves. And I had lunch with a friend today, and she said, she kept saying, know your value, know your value.
I like that friend.
And she is my friend who owns 2 Bettys.
Yay. Oh, we can't wait to talk.
So we're going to have to we need to get her and her daughter on the show. This is a mother-daughter business team. And she is amazing. But she was sitting there and we were talking about Meant for More. And she's like, you have to know your value. And she was very excited about everything we had going on. So
Love
it. But know your value. And I think
know
as women, we undervalue ourselves and we play down. We were told to be humble or.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's one key, I think, a real tip and really uncovering our confidence. A second tip, if we could put that graphic back up, is really adopting a learner's mindset, a beginner's mindset. Try something new, a beginner. When you're a beginner, there's that excitement around it. I'm sure there's trepidation and nervousness, but there's an excitement about trying something new. Be a beginner at something. Go back to something you really struggled with and try it again. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? We talk about that all the time. Doesn't have to be perfect. Kick that to the curb. Don't put it off. Just start. Just do it. But adopt a beginner's mindset. I like that. I think it's really good to boost your confidence if you think like a beginner. What do you think about that, Kristen?
I love that, Amy. And this is why. You and I both started online businesses as women over 50.
Yes.
And we were immigrants to technology. Yes. What we had to learn, you started a podcast. You know, I had to learn to film myself, and we both had to learn how to do, you know, social media. Yes. And now I look at how much I know, and I'm so proud of that. And I know you are too. So I love this adopt a beginner's mindset. And I might even put a riff on that says, be a lifelong learner.
A riff. Oh, I like that. See, another cool term. I mean, I love it. Be a lifetime learner. Yes, because we have the resources at our fingertips. I mean, it's amazing what we can do. And we could go on and on about that. And these are just a couple of ways to really start boosting that confidence. So adopt a beginner's mindset. I love that. I remember the first time I went to the bank. I shared it when I was a guest on a show a while ago, and I had to open up a bank account. And I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, I broke out in a rash. I mean, it was like the bank Angel, who is my banker, if he's watching, he's right. And he was like, okay, you know, Amy, calm down a little bit. But it you know, all of that newness, but there's an excitement around it. So try that. And my last tip is let your body know you care. We have earned this, right? Kristen is so good for me in my life for so many ways, so many reasons, in so many ways. But, let your body know you care. And we just don't do that enough. I mean, like the power that's at the end of your fork, what Kristen talks about all the time, the power of hydration, another message that is so key to our vibrancy and our health. And, it's important to do that. And also setting boundaries for whether it's around friendships or whether it's around our time blocking, whatever it is, show ourselves some self-love.
It's so important. And self-care is actually health care.
Yep. Another one. Love that.
And so we can't think that we can just take that money out of the bank and put nothing back in. We've got to get the oxygen mask on ourselves first before helping others.
Yeah.
And again, this is a lot of messaging we've gotten over our lifetime about being selfless and not boastful, and to underplay, women. I've been called bossy plenty of times.
I have too. I've been called, yeah.
And I'm like, well, then you step up and do it. I don't need to be in charge. Yeah. I just need somebody to get this done. And very often I just step up to the plate. And so we get this negative messaging. Self-care is healthcare, and it's not optional. It's mandatory.
Yep. I love that. It's so true. So those are just some tips around confidence for tonight. So try to apply those, in the next week before you catch us again. We're going to be talking, a lot of our messaging is around that. A lot of our guests and experts, we all have challenges. We all have roadblocks. We all have blind spots in our lives, and, really encouraging each other, finding those accountability partners, reaching out to us and saying, hey, could you help me a little bit with this food journey? You can knock on Kristen's door. I called her yesterday with a couple of questions. I'm going through a little bit of a challenge for the next 6 weeks. And Kristen is helping me along that, because when I was looking at it, I thought, this is absolutely impossible for me to do. It's through the place where I work out. And she said, no, it's not. Just let's talk through it. And that's awesome. It boosted my confidence. It makes me feel better. And so always come and knock into our doors too, because it's always open. So thank you for letting me share a little bit about confidence. Let's, I think we want to transition before we go to the awesome. I have my apron ready here. We want to talk about some brands that we love, because one of the most important things about Meant for More is the fact that we introduce you to brands that we love, that we really believe in, and we really share the story behind the brand. So in the last couple of weeks, I think we've done 3 shows. We've introduced you to some amazing brands. A Method is one. Chrissy, if you have that graphic, we'll set that up there. And we have discount codes there. Is that the skin perfecting serum?
This is, when people always ask me about my skin, I'm like, this is the one product, if you want just one thing that you can start that works with every single skin type. I'm 62, and I literally started using this product maybe 6 months ago, and my skin perfecting serum is an apt name. This works. It minimizes pores. It evens skin tone. I had a lot of sun damage. I was a real beach baby growing up. I loved to sit in the sun, and this is amazing.
So Meant for More, you use the code at amethod.com. I know we'll put that up there. It's an amazing, amazing product line. I'm using it as well. The perfecting serum is easy to use. You put it on, little excess on your hands, because I always feel like my hands need a little extra. It's a fantastic brand. I wanted to give a little shout out to Hello Cradles, Walking Cradles. Hello. We have so much.
Wait, did you get them?
I got these. I got black with fur inside.
Oh, so cute. So I'm going to just lower this so you can see how cute my outfit is. But I had these cute navy blue loafers with my blue belt, and these are so comfortable. I could walk forever.
Yeah, these are amazing. These are just a black suede with fur inside. They keep your foot. They're fabulous. And then because I'm a loafer girl, and a fun. I'm a fun girl. I love these. And the funny thing about Walking Cradles is that they really do fit well. Now, I went to a 7 wide. I never knew. I kind of knew, because my shoes were always so dang uncomfortable on my feet. These have been amazing. absolutely amazing. And I just the craftsmanship and everything. I can't remember. Did Lisa say they get some? Where did she say they got a lot of their leather? Ethiopia and
Yeah, the leather is beautiful. I mean, the shoes are beautifully made, and they're lightweight, and they're super comfy.
Yeah, I love them. So we have a code for walking cradles as well. Hello Water was Tom Bushke. We had him on last week. Kristen's drinking her alkaline water, which I have now tried, and it's amazing. They also have some flavored waters that are incredible. Use the code Amy20 to get 20% off. Plus, he said you could use an additional code for 25% off your first order, and then any order after that, you can use Amy20. It's another great company. We really love the story behind the brand. We've got Genev. We had Jill Angelo on last week talking about their walking program. That is a telehealth company around menopause. And we really dedicated a lot of October to spotlighting a lot of the companies that are doing amazing things for menopause.
Which is so important. I mean, so much of this information is free.
Yeah.
And that walking program, I thought that was so fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, the episode drops tomorrow. I had her on the podcast as well because her story is amazing. She's such a bright, articulate business leader. And really, I enjoy that conversation. Hello Again is a company. We had Carrie on, one of the founders, a couple of weeks ago, and an incredible company based out of California. And they have cannabis products, suppositories for menopausal symptoms. And they are really amazing, an amazing company to watch the growth on that. Also putting women's health first. And their story is awesome. So thank you. Hello Again. We've got them linked. And then I have a couple other. Holly Parker is a woman that you're going to meet on this show. She has an amazing story. She has a book called Back on the Market, and she'll be on to talk about that. But she is one of the most successful female realtors in all of New York City. And as well, her team has expanded. And if you're looking for a home in Florida or Doug Elliman is worldwide, but Holly Parker's team is pretty amazing. And she's just a go-getter, and I really enjoy her. She's been a big supporter of our mission. And we've got a couple of other companies up there. If you have prescriptions or you're looking for new bedding, which I'm a bedding snob, I want to have a show about bedding. I'm a total bedding snob.
I think that would be great because we spend a quarter of our life, if not more, actually more, in our beds. And people do not realize the importance of the bed, the pillows, the sheets, whether you want something heavy on you to help you sleep. So I think that would be an important show. I think people would be very interested.
Yeah, American Blossom Linens is female owned. It's out of the United States. Everything is made. It's all organic cotton, no formaldehyde, which was an interesting thing in sheets. I mean, all these things I'm learning. But these are companies that we would love for you to check out, learn more about. Everything Kristen was saying, you can find free information on their websites and all sorts of great things. But we like to share savings and good stuff. We always share the good stuff.
And we like to support women-owned brands.
Yeah.
So that is a big part of our mission is to support women-owned brands that are doing things that make our lives better. Exactly.
Well, we're transitioning. I'm going to have to drum roll. And, we do talk about our green room every week. I'm telling you, we're going to get Ellen DeGeneres on the show, and she's going to experience the green room. That's a personal goal of mine. So
I know the champagne, the caviar, it's, people love it back there. They almost don't, we really struggle to get them to come out. So I'm just going to pop my hair up here. So
and I have a new apron out, not new, but I'm kind of bringing out the winter apron tonight. I have a variety of aprons. And
apparently,
I don't think it's ever been laundered because I'm getting in the kitchen more because of Kristen inspiring me. So this is going to be a great one today.
This is a great recipe because it's super easy to make. It's incredibly flavorful. Amy, this would work so well with your eating plan for the next 41 days.
Would it? Okay.
I just want to say 41 days is a really long time, which is why I do the 21-day detox and reset. And I'm going to tell you, I probably get the same results in 21 days as this program will get in 41.
Exactly. I know.
All right. So I'm going to tell you about the recipe, and then I'm going to turn the screen down so you can watch me make it. This is my celery, and walnut salad. Super easy to make, super flavorful. I wasn't able to get the walnut oil, so I'm using olive oil today, but you can make it with walnut oil. And the first thing we're going to make is the salad dressing. And this is something most people skip doing. But when you make your own salad dressing, everything tastes so much better. And this is my 5-ingredient salad dressing. You can get all these recipes on theculinarycure.com. And okay, Chrissy, you need to turn it to me. And now I am going to bring this down and show you how we are going to make the salad dressing.
Is this the salad dressing you talk about all the time?
All the time. Yes. So I've just got, I love to save my glass jars because we want to store things in glass, not plastic. And the first thing I am going to do is squeeze a lemon, and everybody should have a lemon juicer because we should be starting our day with a glass of warm lemon water every morning.
Can you tell us how you actually put the lemon in there? I know this sounds really elementary, but I have one of those and it's sitting in my drawer. Okay.
So you put the lemon in, cut side down.
Yeah.
Okay. Pushing on the top, and this is so simple. It juices like a dream. So I've just got 2 lemons here that I'm just going to juice real quick. So this recipe, these are these Meyer lemons. Oh my God, they are so juicy, and they're kind of like a lemon and an orange. They're really flavorful.
Did you get them at Trader Joe's?
I got these at Whole Foods.
Oh, okay. All right. You're a big TJ's.
All right.
So I'm getting Tim got me one of those lemon squeezers for Christmas once.
Okay. So we've got the juice of 2 lemons.
Yeah.
I've got a chopped shallot. So this is what a shallot is. It's like a very flavorful little onion. So I'm going to put some chopped shallot.
Say that 5 times fast.
Chopped shallot. I have some salt. I have some fresh grated pepper. And then, so that's all in here. The lemon juice, the salt, the pepper, the shallot. And then I am just putting in olive oil. This is how simple and quick this recipe is to make. I always keep a jar in my fridge. I actually have used this to marinate chicken and fish. I've used it on grilled vegetables. And we eat salad every single night because this dressing is so delicious.
How much do you think you're putting? Are you putting in extra virgin?
I'm putting in extra virgin.
Okay.
So I've got about 1/3, 2/3 olive oil, and
I love the glass jar. Put in the comments if that's like an aha moment for you. It's an aha moment for me.
So that's the dressing. Okay.
Dance.
Now, here we go. Celery. Now, here's the thing about celery. Very often, we throw out the leaves.
Yeah, I always do.
Yeah, don't throw them out. They're super nutritious.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're never supposed to put them down the disposal. Maybe that's not why.
You're supposed to eat them. They're so good for you. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and make the salad. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So I've got a bunch of celery that I've sliced into these, little slices.
Yeah.
I've got my celery leaves, so I'm going to add those. Add those.
Never know that.
Okay. Now I've got my salad dressing. I mean, how easy is this, right?
This is amazing. This might just have to be I have celery in my fridge right now.
This is so good. My husband is going to be so happy.
Do the leaves taste different?
They taste so good. They're not just for Bloody Marys. Let's face it. And then I have walnuts. Okay.
Did you chop them?
Walnuts. I chopped them up, but they're in big pieces. I'm just going to dump those in there. Walnuts are great for us. They have they have linoleic acid and all these other things that benefit our health.
Amazing.
And that's it. I'm just tossing that up.
Oh my gosh, I love it. That's a great fall salad.
It's so good on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Now, could we toss, I could do some grilled chicken.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Yes. That's amazing.
We just love it as a side. And it's so good because it's crunchy, it's lemony, it's got that, the shallot in there. But what is really great is you can make this salad 2 days before and it's still going to be good. So if you needed to make this the night before because you were having a big event, actually you don't even need to toss it, but you could. I eat this leftover all the time, but you could have all the ingredients ready to go. I mean, how long did this make? I made the dressing and the salad in less than 5 minutes.
It's amazing. That's what I love about every week. You've got a recipe that is so easy. How many people have made that banana in a mug? Banana muffin mug, banana mug muffin.
The mug muffin, the banana mug muffin.
Amazing. Three ingredients.
Right.
I've made it.
3 ingredients.
I've made it.
And that's counting the cinnamon as an ingredient. And it takes, 3 minutes to make the whole thing.
That's what I love about Kristen's. It's Kristen in the kitchen. It's easy. It's doable. It's not intimidating. I know how to use my lemon thing now. Not that I didn't know how to use it, but hey, it's
a little confusing.
It can be a little confusing. I'm not going to lie.
And if you do it the wrong way, you end up with like lemon juice in your face.
There you go. See, that's probably happened to me. And that's why now I'm getting it out after this. I'm going to make that salad. I'm going to make a picture. I'll take a picture. And please, everybody that's watching, that's trying these recipes, we're going to post it in the Meant for More group. So you go to Facebook, you join our group. You have to answer a couple little questions, which is awesome because we love to know who you are. And that's one of the things we love most about this is getting to know you. And go ahead and maybe you can prompt it, Kristen. You can go on there and maybe prompt it and people can, put up pictures because that's amazing and so easy. And who knew those leaves actually had nutritional value? I've thrown them out all the time.
Yeah, don't throw them out, save them. You can also use them to make my all-purpose chicken stock, which is great. They have so much flavor. Yeah, I did a whole TV segment on things we throw out that are actually super nutritious. Wow. And I might just have to show you one of my favorite recipes next week, which again is very simple, but also a little surprising.
Oh, I love it. Well, nothing can beat the banana peel. So
I'll write the banana peel tea.
yeah, it's amazing with a little rum. So fantastic. Thank you for that. I always love that segment. So I guess we're about ready to close out tonight. We're just so excited that you joined us. And don't forget to put in the comments where you're listening from, introduce yourselves, tag a friend so that they can join us on the Meant for More live show. Next week, we've got an amazing show. We have 3 incredible guests. We have Susan Feldman, who I know you know. I know you know.
I know her because I helped plan the Washington, D.C. launch of her brand.
Really? Oh, that's amazing.
She's in the groove. I'm going to wear my shirt that she gave me, a beautiful cashmere sweater.
Oh, did she? She was in her closet recently and went through she's a hoot. So we're just going to have fun and, talk about One Kings Lane and the brand that she launched with that. And I mean, that brand and just amazing things. We've got Kim Vopny on, who's going to be talking all things about pelvic floor issues, all sorts of, I'm excited. I'm excited to have her. She's amazingly inspirational.
She's a wealth of knowledge about pelvic health. She is known as the vagina expert. And I have learned so much from her because this is an area that we don't talk about and we really need to. And especially as women, and, a lot of us know, you have kids and sometimes your bladder health is never the same. And so we're going to have a lot of really important information next week that you're not going to want to miss.
We are. And we've got Audrey Hubble, a 30-year-old crazy cool young woman that's launched a brand that is going to blow you away. So we're very, very excited. So Kristen, as always, this has been amazing. I'm really happy that we were able to kind of share a little bit about our stories and what we're doing because I am so excited.
I am so excited too. And we've got a big something coming in the new year, and people aren't going to want to miss it. So this is the perfect time to get your friends and family to join meantformore.events.com. Get on our VIP list. You don't want to miss what's coming.
You don't want to miss. Thanks everybody for joining, and we will see you next week. Bye, Kristen. Love you.
Bye, Amy. Thank you.